Welcome to my channel Remember Me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I believe that if people remember and talk about cases, there will be more of a chance that new information will surface and that this information could help solve a case. If you would like to recommend a case, please contact me on my details below. Karen Rosalba Grajeda was born on October 7, 1988 to 26-year-old Rosalba Grajeda. Her father was living in Mexico and her mother, who was also Hispanic Mexican, lived in the United States. Karen had a younger sister, Alejandra, who shared a pink and white bedroom in their apartment. They lived in Saguaro Crest Apartments in Tucson, Arizona. Disappearance. Karen was last seen playing outside of her family's residence at Saguaro Crest Apartments on the 100th block of West Valencia Street in Tucson, Arizona on January 11, 1996. She was roller skating with her younger sister and some friends that evening and was last seen when she returned to her apartment to drop off her skates before going outside to play again. Her mother reported Karen as missing when she called her daughter in for dinner at approximately 6:30 p.m. that evening and noticed Karen had disappeared. She was last seen walking out of the country yard of the complex. Neither her sister nor any of her playmates had seen her vanish or heard a scream or a struggle. She's never been seen again. Esther Galaz. Esther was another young girl who was abducted around the area. On December 19, 1994, Esther was taken in front of her apartment complex, Rio Verde. Her family had moved in just 2 weeks prior, and on this day, her mother had run to the store. Esther wanted to go play, but her mother told her no and put her 11-year-old sister in charge. Esther didn't want to wait for her mother, so she went out to play anyways. Disappearance. Esther was last seen arguing in Spanish with an unknown male in either a light blue or silver pickup truck when she was forced inside. This was around 6:30 p.m., around the same time Karen went missing. Less than 2 hours later, the police had started searching for her. They searched local apartments and the surrounding area but found nothing. They talked to everybody in the complex and surrounding area, and 2 children told police about the mysterious man in the pickup truck. The next day, a man walking his dog close to the Tucson Baptist Temple noticed something odd in an 11-foot drainage ditch among all the garbage. Under a mattress was the body of Esther, raped and badly beaten. Her family held a funeral for her. She had a white casket and plastic flowers on her gravestone. Esther was a kind, friendly, and smart young girl whose killer was never caught and brought to justice. Searching for Karen. The police did a thorough search of the area and surrounding apartment complexes and homes. They searched in the area where Esther's body had been found, hoping to find something to track Karen, but found nothing. They halted trash pickups so they could search for dumpsters around the apartments and even had Tucson airport authorities search the surrounding desert in their jurisdiction. With all the news coverage over this case, family, friends, and the community came together to search for Karen. Over 120 police and surveillances searched large areas on foot, ATVs, bicycles, and horseback. Others took stacks of flyers to spread around the town and in their neighborhoods. They even posted a large billboard with her painted portrait on it overlooking the highway. Leads in Karen's case. One woman claimed to have seen a girl resembling Karen in a supermarket just 2 blocks from her apartment. She said the little girl was looking at cassettes and seemed upset. Upon investigation, nothing came from this tip. The Tucson police traveled to Mexico to talk with Karen's biological father and to give her information to the Mexican police. Her father was questioned and ruled out as a suspect, as was the rest of Karen's family. Another tip came in the form of a police phone call from a librarian at the Arizona College of Law. On April 15, 1997, at 3 p.m., a librarian called to say she'd found a message scribbled on a library table in blue ink. The message was slightly smudged but read, "I was taken away from my family. Karen Grajeda. The man is my daddy." The librarian claims she didn't see any children in the library and didn't know how long the message had been there. The tables had been replaced after Karen went missing in the last year, so the message had been recent. The librarian and the police are unaware if this was written by Karen or just the result of a twisted prankster. Karen's photo was shared on water bottles in Arizona in 2000, and her case was talked about on a few television shows. So let's get into some suspects for both cases. It is possible that Karen was abducted by an unidentified male seen in the area around the same time she disappeared. He is described as a Hispanic or Caucasian male with light brown hair and green or hazel eyes. He also was approximately 30 to 46 years old in 1996. He was 5'6" to 5'8" tall and weighed about 170 pounds and may have had a mustache. This unidentified man is believed to have also been responsible for the abduction, rape, and beating death of Esther Galaz. Authorities stated the circumstances of Galaz's murder was very similar to Karen's disappearance. Both girls were Hispanic, disappeared outside their apartment complex on the south side of Tucson at around 6:30 p.m. during the holiday season, and were wearing t-shirts and floral print shorts at the time. Another possible suspect is Rodolfo Seno Morales. Morales resided in Saguaro Crest Apartments in 1996 and is currently serving a prison term for the abduction and sexual assaults of 5 Hispanic girls from the Tucson area between 1993 and 1994. All of his victims were Hispanic and aged between 5 and 9 years old. He has not been charged in connection with Karen's disappearance, however, and Morales' wife gave him an alibi for the time of her abduction. Looking at his description, however, he does fit closely to the unidentified man. Morales is 5'7" and weighs 180 pounds. He is also Hispanic Mexican. He would have been 36 in 1996, and he has brown hair but brown eyes that don't match the man. He was admitted into prison in 1998, giving him 3 years to openly abduct other girls, including Karen. The police firmly believe that the 2 suspects are different individuals. Aftermath. Karen's case remains open and unsolved. Her family members were cleared of any suspicion in her disappearance shortly after the investigation began in 1996. Her father was in Mexico at the time of her disappearance. Her mother is also a Mexican native. Esther's murder also remains open and unsolved and are being investigated together. Karen is described as being a Hispanic female of Mexican descent. She had black hair and brown eyes. She was 3'5" and 50 pounds at the time of her disappearance. Her upper right front tooth is larger than the others, and at the time of her disappearance, she was missing several baby teeth. She had a pea-sized mole behind one ear and has both ears pierced. She can speak both Spanish and English. When she went missing, she was wearing a faded purple t-shirt with white lettering on it. She was also wearing pastel multicolored floral shorts. She had a gold chain with a pendant reading Little Angel, a ring with a red stone, and another ring engraved with the letter K. Age progression photos have been made showing what Karen might have looked like at age 15, 21, and 28. Karen's mother, Rosalba, was so distraught by her missing daughter that she couldn't eat or sleep. It got so bad she eventually had to be hospitalized for a short time. Rosalba had even lost her job. Karen's cousins and sister Alexandra were also inconsolable, and Alexandra had become terrified to go outside or be alone. She feared that she would get abducted as well. Karen's aunt pleaded at a vigil for her abductor to bring her back to them, alive or dead. They just want their little girl back to end the torment of not knowing where she is. A hoax started to float around claiming Karen was found. This hindered the search efforts and caused more pain for Karen's family. The family helped Rosalba and her daughter to move out of the apartment and into a small cottage away from the painful memories. Rosalba has since had another daughter, Daniela, who will never meet her elder sister. Alejandra and her mother mostly stay inside the house, but they pray every day hoping that Karen will find her way home. Karen's case was even on America's Most Wanted, but no tips or leads have gotten them any answers. The case is cold but still open, and police are still working to find Karen and the killer of Esther. If you have any information, please contact the Tucson Police Department non-emergency phone number. Karen enjoyed playing Nintendo games, roller skating, and riding her bicycle in 1996. She was a first-year student at Elvira Elementary School and was learning to read, write, and sing at the time of her disappearance. Both Rosalba and Esther's mother mourned for their daughters, but now help support one another. They both know the pain all too well and do everything they can to be supportive of one another. The community also remembers the girls and continues to search for Karen, even though it's been 25 years. May Esther Galaz rest in peace. The murder of Esther Galaz and the disappearance of Karen Grajeda remains unsolved. Thank you so much for watching this video and for taking the time to remember this case. It would really mean a lot if you could share this video to spread these people's stories in the hope that new information will surface. To recommend a case, please contact me on Instagram or send me an email. Thank you.